If you're involved in a car accident and you're taken to the emergency room afterwards, it's critically important that you do a number of things. First, and most importantly, give a very detailed description of every single thing that is hurting you at that moment. Don't discount anything. If you're feeling even the slightest pain in a knee, don't keep that information from the person in the emergency room. The reason this is so important is that if you're hurt in a car accident, the first thing that the other side does when defending the case is they look at the emergency room records. And what are they looking for? They're looking to see the specific complaints that you made in the emergency room following the accident. For instance, sometimes people forget to tell the doctors that their back hurts, and that may be an innocent mistake because the pain in their neck is so severe, that's all they're concentrating on, so they'll just say, my neck hurts. But what happens is down the line when you make a case and you are in pain in your back a few days after the accident and you do start noticing it, they will always point out to that emergency room record and say, hey, wait a minute, you didn't hurt your back in this accident. We're looking at the emergency room record and all you said was my neck hurts. You didn't say anything about my back. So it's really, really important to just be very thorough about each and every injury or each and every amount of pain that you have after the accident. Second really important thing is if you're asked what happened, try not to give too much detail about how the accident happened. In the emergency room, you should be more concerned about being medically treated. Sometimes the triage people want to dig a little deeper about how the accident happened. What you should do is give a very simple example of what happened. So if they ask you why you're here, all you really need to say is, I was in a car accident. If your car was hit from behind and you're complaining of neck pain, you could, of course, say, my car was hit from behind. But what you want to do is you want to try and keep your answers as to how the accident happened if you're asked in the emergency room. Very short, very simple, because there are also cases on a trip and fall where a time of trial or a time of deposition, the other side will want to look at your emergency records as to what you told the emergency room as to how the accident happened. So the more detail you give, say, on a trip and fall, as opposed to just saying, I tripped and fell, but you give more detail, they're going to use that against you at a later time. And if that emergency room record conflicts with what you may say in other records, that could be a problem. So most importantly, when you go to the emergency room after an accident, whether it's a car accident or a trip and fall, A, let the emergency room people know every single thing that's bothering you, and B, try and give a very, very simple synopsis of why you're there. I was in a car accident, I tripped and I fell. If you'd like any further information, if you've been in a car accident or a trip and fall, give me a call at the phone number below. You can go to my website. There's good information about what you can do if you've been taken to the emergency room after an accident. Thanks for watching.